let's be very clear then, and then we'll look at the explanation of it, what we mean by eternal generation of the Son. What this means is that the person, all this language is important, the person of the Father eternally generates the person of the Son in a manner that involves the communication of essence. The person of the Father eternally generates the person of the Son in a manner that involves the communication of essence. This is what distinguishes the persons. And we could obviously talk about the Spirit and procession, but we're not going to because this is not a pneumatology class. Okay, so let's give a little bit of recent historical background for this. In the 20th century, increasingly, evangelical theologians started to question and then deny eternal generation. There's actually a case to be made that it started with Calvin. Calvin's answers were, or questions were answered, but that laid the groundwork for others, and then people like B.B. Warfield denied it, and Hodge and some others, and then more recent theologians. Perhaps most famously in kind of modern Reformed evangelicalism, Wayne Grudem denied eternal generation in his systematic theology. But he has since changed his mind. I was actually present when he announced his change of mind. You all know the Trinity debates started 2015, 2016. ETS 2016 was on the Trinity. There was a lot of really interesting, helpful discussions and papers on the Trinity. I was on faculty at Southwestern Seminary at the time, and our seminary hosted an after-hours kind of discussion, and Paige Patterson sort of moderated it, and then Wayne Grudem was there, and I think Fred Sanders, and there may have been one or two others. And it was in that late-night ETS session, I was sitting there, when Grudem announced that he had changed his position to affirm eternal generation. And he said right there in that meeting that he changed his position because of an unpublished article by Charles Irons, which defended the interpretation of monogenēs as only begotten. That this article that Charles Irons wrote had convinced him that monogenēs should be translated only begotten, and that led Grudem to change his position and affirm eternal generation.